By the way, I kind of take that as a compliment that I'm woke. I'll tell you how I feel about it. To me, the opposite of woke is being asleep. And if woke means I can't get behind Trump, which is what I think it means, or that I support people who want to be transgender, or I'm for the vaccine, well, dude, call me woke as you fucking want.
What happened to Howard Stern? So I used to listen to Howard Stern on terrestrial radio before he went to Sirius XM. And I used to watch his show on E! If you remember, it was late night. I think it came on 11 p.m. Eastern time. And it was just before Insomniac with Dave Attell. Not Dave Chappelle, Dave Attell. Remember that show? Yeah, that was actually okay. It was an okay show. But Howard Stern, from my memory, in the 90s, he was the type of guy who pushed the envelope. He was the type of guy who was anti-establishment. He was the type of guy who exploited a lot of people. He was the type of guy who used debauchery and crude humor to gain fame, okay? To be dubbed the king of all media, well, self-proclaimed king of all media, the shock jock Howard Stern. Fast forward to 2023, and you hear Howard Stern say things like that in the beginning of the video. Now, I'm going to play the rest of the clip so you get more context of what he's talking about.
I'm not for stupidity. You know, I ran out Friday morning. I was over at CVS. Thank you, CVS. I went over there 9 a.m. and got myself that new vaccine for COVID. Fucking science. This fucking country is so great. You can get it for free. I mean, everyone can get it for free except me. I had to pay for it because for some reason my fucking insurance, you know, they take your insurance card and they go, oh, your insurance for some reason doesn't. I go, I got the shittiest fucking.
How did you wind up with a bad policy? What's wrong with you?
Cost me $300 fucking bucks for me and Beth.
What?
Yeah. No, more. Anyway, the rest of you will not have to pay.
Stop it.
No, they take my information. They say they don't even look anymore because they have me in the file. And they say, has your insurance changed? No. Here's your shot.
I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I didn't care. I wanted it. I got there super early. And I was like the first one. And I got that shot. And I'm like, God bless the United States. God bless the United States. I get every fucking vaccine out. Good. And for those of you who think the government's trying to kill you or implant chips,
or
go
they're
ahead with
chipping you. I don't know why they're chipping you.
Go for those conspiracies. But I am woke, motherfucker, and I love it. I want to be awake. I want to read legitimate news sources. Here's how woke I am. I believe the election was not rigged. Because
did you hear Trump's latest statement about how he decided the election was fake? Was that he just felt that way?
Yeah,
and
he had a feeling.
Listen to his lawyers. His lawyers said to him, "You lost the election." He said, "I didn't trust them. I didn't like them. I didn't respect them. I decided that the election was rigged."
So I'm woke, man. I think that's a compliment.
I'm just amazed how after a guy propped himself up to be, again, the king of all media and known for all the wild and crazy things he did on that show, all the type of guests, Beetlejuice, Stuttering John, Elegant Elliot Offen, and now he's all of a sudden gone a little political, criticizing Lauren Boebert on that dress she wore at that theater in Colorado. And he's saying that, oh, if woke means don't like Trump, if woke means back the vaccine, if woke means supporting trannies, then, count me as woke. This guy is such a shill for the establishment now. It's amazing. A complete 180 from what he was. I remember the time when he left K-Rock. Okay, I remember the speech he made in New York. I remember the crowd there. He was going to be anti this, anti that, blah, 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 blah.
Can I get a hey now? Hey now. Well, I stand before you today erect. I don't mean like that. I mean, I'm standing here tall and straight. Actually, I am a little bit erect. Where is Betho, anyway? She'll handle that later. I love you guys, I really do. There she is. Honey, I'm standing here erect. There she is. I look out, I see a sea of shining faces, and I have to ask myself, does anybody work anymore? Hell no.
Today, I'm sure that Howard Stern back then would be ashamed of himself. Now, back then, I did enjoy his content. It was funny. I was a teenager / college kid around then. So, yeah, I enjoyed his content. And even today, I would find, if I still watched that show, if it was still how it was today, I would still find some of the segments entertaining. But overall, Howard Stern is a shell of what he used to be. A shell. And now he's catering to people like Hillary Clinton and whatever political person is out there that he feels he needs to suck up to sell a book or to get cozy with the higher ups or higher elite. It's amazing how people can change over the years. And I'm not saying it's bad to change. You definitely should grow as you get older, wiser, more mature, obviously. And obviously Howard has gotten more mature over the years, but to the point where he's shilling. My gripe with him is how so NPC he sounds, catering and coddling and simping and shilling for the establishment, not fighting them at all like he used to, not going against this, not going against that, not offering opposing opinion. He's just so for this, so for whatever the establishment pushes out. I mean, we all know right now we're in the podcast era and Joe Rogan is king, okay? And one day someone will replace Joe Rogan, but until then, Joe Rogan's on top. Now, Howard still has an audience, obviously. He still has a show that makes millions of dollars a year, but I am sure that a lot of people who used to listen to him are just surprised how he's turned over the years. And there are, of course, some people who are still dedicated fans. I stopped listening to Howard once he ended that E! show and went to Sirius XM because I wasn't going to pay for a subscription to that service. So I just stopped completely. So what do you think? What do you think of Howard Stern today versus yesteryear, versus how he was in the 90s and early 2000s? Do you think he's lost his way in terms of how he used to be and versus now? Do you think he's better? Do you think he's worse? Do you like the more mature, seasoned Howard Stern where he's less for the antics and more for the status quo? Or do you miss the old Howard Stern? Do you think he's more of an NPC, establishment shill, or do you just think he's okay? For me, he's entitled to his opinion like all of us are, but I think that it's not so much the antics I miss, it's the fact that he used to be anti-establishment and he used to go against the grain. And now he's just spewing out talking points that the media does. And that's it. That's the Howard Stern I miss. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know, what do you think of Howard Stern today versus yesteryear? And until the next one, take care.